the most about this coming weekend?
They're a very active defense. They're a 5-game win streak. They won their bowl game. They're a good football team that's already proven that this season. They're aggressive, they're fast, and we need to see how we continue to play.
You have 3 receivers top 100 yards, only second time that's happened in UCLA history. How important is that to get that kind of chemistry going with Josh and kind of a core go-to guys like that?
Well, I think that when you can spread the ball around, it's better for your offense and it's harder on their defense. So it gives you an opportunity that if you can get different guys touches, if you can have a tight end that can maximize catching ability and then receivers on either side and then running back that can catch, on 4th down we were able to get it to. So, now all of a sudden you're looking at harder to defend, better for us that we're not locked on a guy. I've never been a fan of being locked on one guy. I think you run into some problems that way. Quarterback doesn't know how to read plays anymore. So, it's great. It's great.
But Scott Pittsburgh was talking really asked about the running game yesterday, and he said there were a lot of one-hand breakdowns. Is it as simple as that? Is there one little thing that was kind of hindering each play that you can point to and kind of fix going forward?
Yeah, the run game's, it's a unique. The run game evaluation is the most unique one because you always have to look at the score first. The best way to run the football is in the 4th quarter when you've worn them down, when you've run the ball for 25 carries going into the 4th quarter. When you don't have the ability to wear them down, when you're throwing the ball as much as we had to throw it, then it becomes harder to run the ball because of the fact that you're always constantly looking for a breakaway run, and the breakaway runs aren't going to come unless you wear them down. Then, there's always going to be somebody or something or some call that may have a impact on the final run, but on the final part of the run. But we have to run the ball better. Regardless, we have to run the ball more. We have to not put ourselves in positions where we don't convert on 3rd down. And if we did convert on 3rd down, then we would be able to run the ball better. Then we'd be able to really see if we could get that run game going. And then those one-person breakdowns aren't as significant.
Coach, there was a play on the last drive of the A&M game where it looked like Colton Miller was split out slightly wide to the right. What was the mindset on that play?
Yeah, we lined up wrong.
Great. Perfect answer.
Was this a mistake?
Yeah. No. It was just a little play to try to get a mismatch going, but didn't line up the way we wanted it to.
When Josh has a 4th quarter like he did and excels in that tempo, spread it out, let him just chuck it, how difficult as a play caller is it not to let him do that on every play?
I just want to do that. Yeah, I think that is definitely that happens like in every league. They ask that question, right? Like, he seems like he's so good in 2 minutes. Why don't you guys just always be in 2 minutes? But defenses are different in those scenarios. And defenses, when you're defending a 34-point lead or defending a 28-point lead or whatever the leads were as we were chipping away, right, they're playing differently. So when you start a game like that, right, and you just decide you're going to become a 2-minute offense, you're going to go against different fronts and coverages that you wouldn't be going against at the second part of the game. And we kind of, we got into a 2-minute mode because we had to, not necessarily because we wanted to. So, but we know what he does well, and we'll not forget about that either.
For you as a play caller, how much of it is just kind of getting back in the flow of things on an individual basis?
Yeah, there's no question. There's no question. We had a million move the balls and call it periods in training camp that we were able to get just calling plays and learning how to call it. But, when the clock's ticking and there's thousands of people, in the stadium, and you got to come up with a call very fast. You can't practice that. That has to happen on game day. And so that was you got to get into your rhythm and your routine, kind of your feel for the game as well. And never being with these guys and not necessarily knowing, all the parts of how the game was going to work out. There's definitely part of that too. So that was fun to get back into that rhythm a little bit, and maybe you have to get into a better rhythm this coming week.
Thank you.